Welcome to the SQL Dojo, where you too can become a SQL master. So, the truth is, it does not take years of study, breaking boards with your bare hands, breaking bricks with your foreheads. You can learn to use SQL and become proficient at it as quickly as you want to. All right. SQL, I'm going to break it down so that we can hopefully all understand it and use it to help us in our day-to-day lives. Okay, so the first question, what the heck is SQL anyway? You know, we talk about it, we use it all day long, but what is SQL? Well, in case you didn't know, SQL is structured query language. It's a very specific way we ask databases for information. So the next question, I guess, would be, what is a database? Well, we can think of a database like an Excel worksheet, okay, or workbook. Each spreadsheet in the workbook is like a table. It has rows and columns, just like SQL has rows and columns. And each workbook can contain several worksheets, which basically is like a database having several tables. Okay? So the difference, one of the differences between a spreadsheet and a database is SQL. We can actually ask the database to give us specific information. Okay, I don't have to look through the entire spreadsheet to say, oh, here's the information I'm looking for. I can just ask it, say, can you give me the specifics about Rich Hardy? Okay, and it will return the information that I ask it. Okay, so an important thing to note is it's slightly different than an Excel spreadsheet where it's just columns of rows and data, and each cell is a unit to itself. In a SQL database, each row is a unit of data. Okay, they all belong together. All right. So if we have a row that has 4 pieces of information, Richard, my first name, Hardy, my last name, California, the state that I live in, United States, the country that I live in. Okay. You might have another row of data that says Juan Perez, Barcelona, Spain. Okay. So, you know, different rows have different information, but all of that information belongs together. You don't put Rich Hardy in Barcelona, Spain. I don't speak Spanish. I would get lost. Okay, so we don't want to do that. So we keep Rich Hardy in California, United States, and everyone's happy. All right, including my wife. So that's an important distinction between Excel and, you know, databases. So there are only 4 things you can do with SQL. Okay, the structured query language. Only 4 things you can do, and actually, if you think about it in life, there's only 4 things you can do with anything. First of all is you either have to create it or add to it. Okay, so you can add more data. If you start out with a blank database, you have to add some data to it. Okay, you have to put something into it. In SQL, this is known as insert. Okay, an insert command adds data to the tables, adds data to the database. Another thing we can do, and this is probably by far the most common thing that we can do, is we can view the data. Databases are great at storing information. Well, they store useful information that we want to see. So we want to view it. So that is known as a select, because we only want to view select information. We don't want all of it all at once. It could blow you away. Too much data. Data overload. TMI. So we select the information that we want to see. Another thing that we can do is change the data. Say I misspelled my name. You may ask, who misspells their own name? Well, hello. So I say I spelled my name wrong and I need to change it in the database. We call that an update. We update the data in the database to correctly reflect the new value that it has, or in my case, the correct value. Properly spelling my name. Or the fourth thing we can do is to totally remove data. It's no longer needed. We just want to get rid of it and purge it from the system. We remove it. That is called a delete. Okay, delete command. That is very dangerous. So please stay away from the deletes. The updates are dangerous too. An insert, not as bad. You're adding stuff, so we don't want to just do that randomly. And select is probably the safest thing that we can do. So the four things we can do: we can add, view, change, and remove, which is basically all we can ever do in life. I can fill up my coffee cup, so I'm adding coffee to the coffee cup. I can look at it, swirl it around. I'm viewing it. I can change. I could, add some cream to it. I could put some sweetener in it. So I'm updating the coffee, and then I will delete it by drinking it. Okay? That's what you do. In SQL, these have very specific names. They are insert, select, update, and delete. And you're not dealing with coffee, unless you work for a coffee company, but you're dealing with data, bits and zeros. So as you go through and you learn about SQL, there's lots of good stuff, and you'll be amazed at what you can learn, what you can do with it, and it will be an exciting journey that I'm happy to go on with you. So until next time, happy SQLing. All right. I'll talk to you later. Take care.